Hi, ladies and gentlemen, Eddie Marcus here again. Another little note. Let me remind you that what Donald Trump is doing is evil. The people that he's trying to place in position of power are evil as well as Donald Trump. Now, Donald Trump got a lot of people to support him because he was a liar and they were deceived. The number of people that he got to come to January 6th and try to take over the country without the people's voting for him, that was an expression of evil. And he was willing to go through all of that. And the fact that he has given them freedom from jail is a continuation of that. But they were a few people compared to the number of people in this country. And for what he's done, to be a criminal sitting there in the White House is an affront to this nation. Donald Trump sitting there in the White House is an affront to righteousness. Donald Trump sitting there in the White House is an affront to justice. Forget about the law. It's just an affront to decency. That's what he represents. And that everything he touches, there's nothing good that's going to come from any of it, because it's not designed to do good. It's designed to corrupt and do anything. And all these people that come up there talking about what they will do, and you got records, evidence of them saying something separate, and then you are still considering them, that is the dumbest stuff you could ever imagine. That's just as dumb as putting Donald Trump in the presidency. I don't care what folks voted for him. I don't care if they did vote for him. I don't care if he tried to steal it. An evil person like that has no authority whatsoever to justify being in office, unless you, the people, are just as crooked as he is. Now, he was able to call people to help him. And all of us who didn't help him, all of us who are crying out, see this wrongness, and the only thing we can do is sit back and talk about it and try to see if we can get some of those right judges to do the right thing, as he's doing all of this ugly stuff every day. Why are we doing that? Why? Now, I want you to be serious. Why are we doing that rather than getting his butt out of office? Rather than put him in exile somewhere, send him to Russia, send him to North Korea, send him somewhere he want to be big, where he want to be powerful. Send him over there, send him to China, but get him out of this country. Why is he still there? I'm going to tell you why he's still there. A lot of people ask the question, what are the Democrats doing? And as I mentioned earlier, this is not a Democratic problem. This is an American problem. So why are the rest of Americans, including Democrats, doing just what they're doing? And every day Donald Trump doing ugly stuff. Every day he walking up there like he's a big dog and he's a criminal. He's worse than the criminals that he's sending out of this country. He's worse than the criminals that's eating cats and dogs. He's worse than the criminals that's living in shithole houses. He is worse than they are. But he's still there in power. And the reason is because the Democratic Party and the American people don't want to do the right thing. You don't want to do the right thing. Could be various reasons. You might not know what the right thing is. Or you might try to be wise and say, according to the Constitution, you will not be able to do the right thing. The Constitution restricts you from doing the right thing. And if you know that and you follow that, then you're entitled to what you got. The right thing, my friend, doesn't need any approval from the Democrats or from politics. The right thing does not need an approval from the law. The right thing does not need our approval from the Supreme Court. The right thing has its authority from the Almighty God. Now, the right thing is this. Rather than talking about black people or this group of people are doing so much better, and that's all the Democrats are talking about. That's one of the reasons why it was so difficult for them to get the people in the beginning, because they just want to do better than the Republicans, do better than Trump, do better. What the hell does that mean? Do you know how many people are left out when you're doing better? The key is to do the right thing, which means that it works for everybody. Housing works for everybody. Education works for everybody. Healthcare works for everybody. And the careers and jobs that's needed to be filled so that all of these different services can be met to the people is that everybody has the right to have a job and to choose that job, and a job that gives them their greatest joy so they can be thankful and satisfied. Well, that's the right thing. Nobody homeless. Nobody hungry. The right thing. So Democrats and American people, if you want to get Trump out of here, then do the right thing. Not just do better. Not just try to highlight where you're different, but do the right thing. And all you guys that they're talking on these podcasts, all you guys that just got a camera and a microphone before you, talk about the right thing. The right thing works for every last one of us. And if you can't talk about the right thing, then go turn that crap off and sit down and wait till Trump get to you, because it's coming.